Flippy Update.
Do you want fries with that?
That's right, folks. It's time for the Flippy Update. Flippy is our colloquial name for the disembodied robot arms that are taking our jobs, enslaving our children, and flirting with our spouses. And we use talking about Flippy as a way to explore, how the robots are taking over the world and just how there's nothing we can do about it. That's the point, okay? And today, the Flippy Update is kind of a big one as far as as if you think about the scale, the scope. What?
Sorry, the article on the screen just switched to something else for some reason. I don't know what happened.
Okay. All right. So anyways, this is coming from TechCrunch.com. And the headline is Amazon debuts Sparrow, a new bin picking robot arm. And let's learn a little bit before we get into it. The bin moving robots designed by Kiva Systems still form the foundation of Amazon's warehouse robotics play a decade after it acquired the startup. There's a reason, for example, that the recently announced fully autonomous Proteus robot effectively looks like a green. Then in parenthetical, it says Seahawks green per robotics VP Joseph Quinlivan. Green version of one of those systems. Over the years, the retail giant has broadened the scope of its warehouse bots. Hundreds of thousands of them now occupy fulfillment centers across the U.S. Wow. As one might imagine, robot arms are a big piece of that puzzle. Robin, which debuted 18 months ago, and Cardinal, which rolls out this year, are the two most prominent examples, both designed to move packages and send them on their way inside the warehouse. Cardinal is effectively an update to Robin that's able to pack boxes full of packages. There are currently around 1,000 Robin units deployed in Amazon warehouses. At an event held in its Westboro, Massachusetts Robotics Center, about 40 minutes from downtown Boston, the company added a third bird into the mix, Sparrow. The new arm is more sophisticated take on the company's existing robotic arms, adding the ability to pick and place specific objects in bins. The arm's computer vision and AI are capable of identifying and moving, and they put this in quotation marks, millions of items. I don't know why millions is in quotation marks.
Millions of items.
But it's more like, the platonic ideal of millions, not an actual number, apparently. According to the company, rather than only picking up the 15 or so package types, Sparrow is designed to pick up items directly. The variety of size, shape, and material present a number of different challenges for robotics building a system designed to pick at these speeds. Amazon writes, working with our employees. Okay,
sure.
Don't panic. Is working with our employees. Sparrow will take on repetitive tasks, enabling our employees to focus their time and energy on other things, while also advancing safety. At the same time, Sparrow will help us drive efficiency by automating a critical part of our fulfillment process so we can continue to deliver for our customers. The system, that was the quote from Amazon, of course, hitting all of the talking points. I mean, when companies talk about robots, whether they're working on one or they're employing one or something, at this point, it's like an equation in their PR release, the PR. Yeah. It's an equation, it's working with our employees.
Yeah, always involve the human first.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're partnering
safety
with us. Enabling employees to focus time and energy on other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of that more recently.
It's part of the equation.
Their time and energy on other things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's always like, no, don't worry. It won't replace you. You can do other things and it's safer, advancing safety, which is interesting because we saw that study of maybe a month ago about how when robots are introduced to the workplace, it actually becomes more unsafe.
Right.
And not because specifically the robot is hurting humans, but there's something about the way humans act and the risks humans take when they have a robot around that, somehow statistically causes them to get hurt more often.
Complacency settles in, Basil.
Something like that. Yeah, some weird thing. When robots are around, the humans take more risks. It might be some sort of subconscious, unconscious death drive. Once you see yourself being replaced, you sort of, I don't know, do more risky things. Hold on.
They're not being replaced. I mean, read the article here.
That's why I said subconsciously. Subconsciously.
Okay.
You know. Anyways. The system, as with its predecessors, is an off-the-shelf Fanuc system customized with Amazon hardware and software. The former is a hydraulic-based suction system capable of lifting objects at a variety of weights. The latter utilizes sensors to identify items based on blah, 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 blah. We've seen all this stuff. The company is, of course, quick to point out that Sparrow, along with its other robots, is designed to replace repetitive tasks. Okay.
I cut out a little bit on the live stream, just so if you can repeat that.
Sparrow is designed to replace repetitive tasks, not people, just the tasks.
You cut out again.
Really
weird. Yeah, exact spot.
Let me take one more run at it, and then we'll just keep going. The company is, of course, quick to point out that Sparrow is designed to replace repetitive tasks, and perhaps save a few human backs in the process. It has understandably become common practice to get out ahead of the standard criticism of companies automating away jobs, but pointing out that these systems... So, this was an interesting part of the release, because instead of simply answering the critiques that people have, they're sort of pointing out and shaming people who have the standard critiques, the standard critiques of robots. So they point them out here. One, these systems have the ability to actually create more jobs in the long run. Heard that one. Two, those are better jobs than the standard warehouse fare. Okay, there you go. Take that, robo critics.
I don't know if that outweighs or destroys the argument against, or not against, but at least the concerns being brought up. The traditional criticisms don't get taken down because of these two things.
Right. Well, and there's the longer conversation that we've had, which is, okay, the jobs that they say it will create don't fully replace the jobs that are destroyed, but they're just saying like, yeah, there's new jobs like robot mechanic and, programmer, which are, high education jobs. It's not like a standard warehouse worker can one day start programming robots. I mean, there's education involved, but okay. And then those better jobs, they do put that in quotes because, like, what does better even mean? But they're just saying, you won't have to lift heavy things. You'll just have to fix robots.
You're going to save your
back.
Per
second. Exactly. Amazon attached a note about its employee education programs in the Sparrow blog post, noting, quote, an example of our commitment to advancing employee careers is our Amazon Mechatronic and Robotics Apprenticeship. Here's where we're getting into it. A 12-week classroom apprentice program covered by Amazon that is followed by 2,000 hours of on-the-job training and industry-recognized certifications, helping our employees learn new skills and pursue in-demand technical maintenance roles. Following completion of the apprenticeship, employee pay increases by approximately 40%. For program participants.
Wow. So they're creating a generation of mechatronic or mech operators.
Yes. Operators. Mechatronic and robotics apprenticeship. And this is the interesting part. Because of Amazon's place in the world and the enormous amount of money that they're dealing with, they have the ability to train and educate their own current employees to create their own sort of category of robotics professionals. Now, of course, this is good in a way, meaning, the people whose jobs are being replaced have a chance to go get the apprenticeship and to get the new job, higher paying job, et cetera, et cetera. It's still, you're not going to turn whatever it is, 100,000 warehouse workers into 100,000 robot mechanics who are paid 40% more. The economics doesn't make sense. Of course, it's going to be an extremely small amount of people who are allowed to go through this program or given a job afterwards. But, this goes back to the conversation about the company script. These companies creating insular economies to keep people trapped in their program. Because I'm willing to bet you that if you take advantage of this Amazon education apprenticeship program, you will get certified to work at Amazon. But I would bet the farm that somebody who goes through this program, gets the certifications, is paid for by Amazon, the whole thing, it'll be almost impossible for them to bring those certifications and those skills to a different company. It's really an opportunity to trap employees for a lifetime.
It's their own form of re-education camps.
Exactly. You go to the Amazon Mechatronic re-education camp, and sure, 1% of the people who lose their jobs to these robots will be able to become, robot mechanics or whatever. But you can almost guarantee that this will be so competitive that even those who make it through the program will never be able to get a job outside of Amazon. Who knows? Is that better for him? Is it worse for him? I don't know. I'm just saying. These are the hidden small type detail, the small print details of these programs.
Even if you get the education, maybe you're like, hey, I know what to do. Let me spin off my own thing. You're not going to have the kind of infrastructure or the financing to replicate the type of machinery and robotics necessary to, duplicate the whole being able to apply the knowledge to create your own spin-off of Amazon or something. So,
you definitely won't be able to do that, but you probably won't even be able to go work at other robotics.
Sure.
Companies.
It'll be like just the complete siloed type of processes and everything.
You're going to
else.
sign a non-compete. Right, you're going to, you're going to be trapped. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe that's good for some people, but it is not as philanthropic as Amazon wants to make it sound like. And I mean, come on, they're naming their robots after every bird except for canary.
I was going to say, they have a thing with the birds.
Yeah, I think not. I am waiting, though. They're going to eventually run out of birds to name their robots after they, do the turkey vulture robot, the blue-breasted booby robot, the Aflac duck robot. They're eventually going to have to do the canary, and then we'll get them with a trademark violation.
Our big grand exit plan.
That's the exit strategy.
Is waiting. We're sitting here lying and waiting for Bezos to show up in his mech suit and negotiate.
Wait for a viable trademark lawsuit against Amazon.
How are we going to? We're going to need our own bot army to have any kind of negotiating power moving into the future here.
We'll figure it out. No, even better. We'll have an emu army. Emus,
cyber emus
who are thirsty for robot blood.
Oh,
all right, folks. There's the Flippy update for you today.
Okay.